The great civilizations of the past, such as Egyptian, Assyrian, Persian, Greek, Roman, did not spring into being out of a void. Their tremendous cultural and material achievements were due not to the emergence of a superior human being, but rather to the methodological application and development of skill and technological advancements inherited from those who preceded them. This course looks at cultural artifacts, visual artifacts, and art made from these people and people who laid the foundation upon which were built all civilizations of antiquity. This is the primary theme of this course, looking at cultural artifacts and visual artifacts through time. Before turning to examine this dawn, we must briefly consider civilization itself and a definition. The definition of civilization has been the frequent concern of philosophers and historians and others ever since man was sufficiently self-conscious and analytical to wonder about the nature of their own achievement. As with the perception of the historical past, the definition will of course vary in accordance with the philosophy and history adopted by the inquirer. In this course, civilization is used to mean a society which has worked out a solution to the problem of living in a relatively large permanent community at a level of technology and social development above that of the hunting bands, the family farmstead, the rustic self-sufficient village, or the pastoral tribe. Civilization is something artificial and man-made, the result of making tools of increasing complexity in response to the larger concept of community life involved in man's mind. It is with such societies that our course largely deals with, though not entirely, for it is impossible to rule a hard and fast line between civilization and non-civilization in the context of antiquity, or to understand what contributed to the classical civilization of the Mediterranean lands on the one hand and that of China and Indonesia on the other, without taking the story beyond the threshold of civilization and into its incept or full achievement. In this borderland of social evolution, archaeology still has an important part to play. Archaeology today is no longer a matter of chance digging inspired by the hope of rich labor, but the deliberate pursuit and ordered knowledge in which excavation takes its place as a field technique for obtaining the raw materials on which a working hypothesis can be based and from which inferences can be drawn. The recent developments in archaeology techniques in the field and in the laboratory make it possible for us to reconstruct in varying degrees the likelihood and the ways and life of those long vanished men and women of remote antiquity who made the first steps away from savagery and towards civilization. In this course, we present these reconstructed images and pictures side by side with illustrations and dive deep into the material possessions of these civilizations and long lost art forms through the history of time.